part 6 of how I was scammed by my Nigerian husband. So, my second or third day there, I was explaining about the COVID test in the last one. Right. I knew that I could not leave the country until I got that COVID test right before I left, because the COVID tests were only good, I think, at that point for 48 hours. So my second night there, we're in the hotel room, we're chilling. Mind you, the day before I don't remember what the heck we did the day before, but we did some hanging out, and those trips were always, I don't want to say a lot on me, because I was excited to be there to some extent, but it's a lot of traveling. It's like 2 days worth of traveling, and I'm so exhausted, when I get there. But, he's on go. He wants to look at all of the stuff I bought him. He wants to go hang out with his friends and show his friends, I guess, all the stuff. I don't freaking know, but yeah. So that second night, it was either the second or third night, can't remember. We're sitting in the room in the bed, and we went to the bar the day before, and we went to a club the day before. And I just really, really just wanted to have a me and him cuddle type of night, watch a movie, something. I just didn't want to be outside that day. So I said to him, let's just chill tonight or whatever. So he was like, oh, okay. He said, but I want to go up to the bar and get a couple of drinks. So at this point, I'm already broken down for the night. I'm already in my bedclothes. I'm ready to go to sleep. I'm ready for some alone time. I don't want to be at the bar. I don't want to do all of that stuff. So I say to him, why you just can't stay here and chill with me? But I just kind of got a feeling when I was saying that to him, why you just can't stay and chill with me, that it was an ulterior motive, to say the least. And, my intuition is very good, and I normally go with it. And so he immediately was giving me pushback about, well, you can stay in. I'm just going to go and hang out and, talk to a couple of people. Now, mind you, we in a hotel. Who the hell at this hotel other than the hotel workers that you chop it up with? I don't know, but you want to go, whatever. So then he's like, why are you trying to control me? Why are you trying to control me? And I'm like, oh, clutch my pearls. I'm not trying to control anybody. Do you? Now, the way hotel rooms are there, like your room key is the key. Like you have to stick the room key in the slot to keep the power and stuff on in the room. And when you take the key out of the slot, it turns the power off in the room. And then, you leave in the hotel. So it's cool. The hotel room, but it was only one key. And so I'm telling him, like, please don't be late. It's like, at this point, it's like 9 something. And thinking back, it's prime US time. It's 9 something there at the time. That's 8-hour difference. So 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And so he's low-key insistent about leaving the room. So I'm just like, go ahead, do you, just don't be late, because I'm going to have to get up and unlock the door. That's fine. So he leaves. So I start watching a movie, and then I kind of fall asleep. So I wake up to the doorbell to the room going berserk, and I look over at my phone. It's like 2:30 in the morning. So I'm like, I know he blank lying. So I get up and I open up the door and I get back in the bed. It's clear that I'm irritated. So I get back in the bed, I lay down, and he lays on my back while I'm laying on the bed. And I can smell the alcohol. He stumbles in the room. He is super duper drunk. And so I'm livid, but I'm just being chill. And in the course of his drunkenness, he drops his phone on the bedside table. And then I just happen to look up. Mind you, I wear glasses. So how was my vision so clear that I saw the message, and the message said, you don't have to lie to me. I know you with somebody else. And it was from a girl named Lynn. So at this point, now I'm wide awake, but he's still drinking. So I'm sitting, he's still drunk, not drinking. He's drunk at this point. So I told him to get off of me. He got up and laid on the other side of the bed and was like, are you mad? Just talk to me. Why can't you talk to me? Are you ready to listen? So I sit up and I said, yeah, I'm ready to listen, but who's Lynn? He was like, what? I said, who is Lynn? He said, how you know that name? I said, well, the name just popped up on your phone with the text message. Who is that? So then he goes, no, it didn't. No, it didn't. And I picked up the phone, but by then, it's dark. So I tapped the screen and it's locked and it's facial recognition on the phone. So I'm waving the phone in front of his face, trying to get the phone to unlock. And I'm waving that phone and waving that phone. And he's doing all kinds of, trying not to make a straight face. But, he's pretty wasted. So a couple of them head shakes, now you got to slow down. So when he slowed down, the magic click happened and the phone unlocked. And I immediately did a army roll across that bed and dashed into the bathroom and slammed the door and locked the bathroom door. And so now I'm sitting in there on the phone and I'm looking at the phone, and at the time I had an Android and not an iPhone, so I didn't really know how to use the iPhone like that. And what I planned on doing was just kind of taking screenshots of it and sending it to my phone so I could further examine it later. But I ended up locking the phone trying to do a screenshot. So I only saw the message from the one girl, but then while I was in the bathroom, a phone call came in. So I answered it. When I answered it, I instantly recognized the voice. It was a girl that he used to have a little flirtation situation with on Bigo a couple of years ago, that I asked him to stop talking to because he had completely wanted me to get off of Bigo. And so I was very confused as to why she was calling. So I said, why are you calling my husband? And she said, that's not the question you should be asking. You should be asking, why is your husband calling me? I said, well, she said, I called him back because he called me. So I'm sorry. So I was like, okay. So, I put on an award-winning act and I'm in the bathroom and I can't believe you. I'm going back home. I just flipped out and he's banging on the door, talking about he calling the front desk to try to get them to unlock the door and all of this other foolishness. But you so drunk, you knocking over stuff, you falling over stuff. It's just a mess. So, I'm not going to give him no grace from this. So I come out the bathroom. I immediately grab my luggage. I start throwing stuff in my luggage. He's on the floor on his knees begging, I'm sorry, I'll explain it to you. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you everything. Okay, so start talking. No, he's not talking. Okay, that's fine. So I'm like, it's all right. I pretend to call Delta to change my flight because I'm leaving that day. In my mind, knowing full well, I can't go nowhere without a COVID test because the COVID test I had expired. So I need a COVID test. But at this point, I want answers. But we're going to pick up this part in the next part.